enough to survive. And I gave my money to a bank for more bananas. And I spent some money on an ill-advised plantation. And I gave attention to the balloons I saw were leaking. That's how I learned how to survive.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? These lights are a little bright, I'll be honest with you. Let's turn it down just a tad. There. Oh, God. There we go. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Luna, Janu, Carson Zuniga, Cad Geege, Ark, Bispender, Ludzi, what's up? Vash, Mark Wahlberger, Amloot, and something. I lost your name. My Waffles. R-Dubs, thank you for the 41 months. Good goddamn. Thank you, R-Dubs, for the long time support. Let's read, I'm sure, your amazing last message. This is the first time he's made content in at least a few days. I streamed on Saturday, so what does that mean? What does that mean? Thank you, R-Dubs, for the 41 months. Yogs Cast Cyan, thank you for the 15 months. Hey, finally just got a job at Domino's with my AI bachelor. Just delivering pizza, so not sure the bachelor's was necessary. Well, maybe you can convert Domino's to a full-time and get a robot pizza. That's never been tried before. Robot pizza. Like made in a truck and you can deliver it. Cody can everything if I'm gifted. Anyway, thank you, Oxcast, for the support. And let me know if you need a PA. I mean, I do, but this is not the best form to figure it out. I do often fall behind on things that I could use help with, but anyway, I should be studying for my insurance exam tomorrow, but instead I'm watching you. Yeah, but what if your insurance exam asks you what's the best roast you have on Elon Musk? You might have a good one after today. Like, today might be a huge dub. So, like, if it's an essay portion, I am getting Facebook messaged. And there are exactly 2 people that still Facebook message me. My mom. And a third one, I guess. My old coworker. Why is he messaging me? Holy shit, it's work. I'm getting work pings again. It's actually, you know what it is? It's my old fucking coworker out of the blue sending me messages to make fun of me for being a lower TFT ranking than him. What kind of friends do I have? On God, dude. I haven't spoken to this guy in fucking at least 2 weeks. What is that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's not a good. Oh, let's send a birth. That's the one good thing Facebook is used for is remembering friends' birthdays. I need to say happy. Actually, I'm not gonna write it on his wall like I'm in fucking 2007. I'm gonna message him. I almost wrote happy birthday on his wall, dude. That would be bad. That would be so stupid. It's Ben Swartz, aka Not Like This. If you use the Not Like This global emote, that is Ben. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Ben. Happy B-Day. All right. Alrighty. Dude, this light's too bright, dude. It's tearing, and I'm tearing up. There you go. It's just not, it pops a little more when it's brighter for the video. It's the troubles of content creation. Really, I have a hard job in the Marines. All right. My weekend started and ended with a Marketing Monday. What does that mean? No, it didn't. I did a Marketing Monday stream on Thursday, which wasn't the weekend. Garuda, thank you for the 23 months. Mr. Barry Fix, thank you for the 4 months. Outcast in Training, thank you for the 21 months. DJ Dormammu, thank you for the 2 months. Pizza is all I eat. What a fucking username. Thank you for the gifted. Hetros5, thank you for the 28. Final turn, thank you for the 19. We'll be starting here in just a few minutes with Marketing Monday. But Before we do that, I think I actually have a special presentation from Ask the Storyteller and other members of the community. Now, I'm going to start that in just a few minutes, but they told me they needed some of my time before Marketing Monday started to do a special presentation. I said no. And then they said, we make all the real content around here, and if you don't let us do it, we'll stop making the songs that carry all of your gaming streams. So I said yes. I said, convinced. You've played your hand. It's strong. It's a strong labor summer. And that's why I capitulated. So we'll talk to them in just a minute. How's everybody doing? How's everybody going? How's your Sunday? Yada yada yada. How's life? Any interesting stories to tell? Any interesting topics? Big A, I keep getting Instagram ads to become a Lyft driver, but my car engine blew up on Friday. Do you think they're targeting me on purpose to rub it in my face? No, I don't. And I am not pro Lyft. I just don't think they would spend the money. I think they think you're a ripe target. They just don't know about the engine. That sounds, yeah, Uber would do that. The thing is, it's not that they're not evil enough. It's this that they don't have the money. Like Lyft is desperate. Uber might have the money to burn on that just to rub it in. Lyft wouldn't do it, bro. Lyft is just trying to get a driver. Special 337. Thank you for the 3 months. Name's not Jimmy. Thank you for the 31 months. Follicle. Good to see you again, by the way. Follicle, thank you for the prime. Sour Lonum, thank you for the prime. Doc Maka. I said your name so bad. Thank you for the 6 months. Damaka 99 and Ambient 47. Thank you for the 18. Cool flannel today, big. This is not a flannel. This is like a denim jacket or a denim shirt on top of a regular shirt. None of this is flannel, right? I think when you see buttons, sometimes you guys just say flannel, but it's not flannel. It just isn't. Go Paraka.
Yo, Paraka.
That's for you, Vale. Shit, it never stops. It's not Jannel. It's nothing to do with flannel. It's just a shirt. It's just, I think you guys only think t-shirt and then flannel. It's like you have two options. If it's not a plain t-shirt, it's a flannel, and that is not correct. Whoa, what the hell? Thank you for the 7 gifted. Vengeance is mine. Vengeance L's mine. Vengeance L's mine. What an insane thing to say. And your message was big ups, big A. Thank you very much. Very kind. Wait, if it's not a flannel, is there no Marketing Monday today? I know it's shocking, but I am capable of doing a Marketing Monday wins and fails without wearing a flannel. We're actually doing 2 things today. Actually, we're doing a number of things today. Let me walk you through it. Number 1, we'll be doing the pitch for something by Ask the Storyteller and crew. I don't know what they want to ask me. I don't know what it's about, but they demanded some of my time. We'll do that. After that, I'm going to do wins and fails. After that, we're going to do an actual Marketing Monday, but nothing crazy. It's going to be TikTok investors yet again. We're going to be reviewing terrible TikTok investors, which was really fun last time. We're going to do that again. Then after that, I think we're going to watch probably House. That's probably a full day. That's it. So we got 4 full things, which is a pretty fun full day, I think. I think that's a fucking good day. I did not finish the Ponzi scheme iceberg for today. I'm just telling you straight up ahead of time. I worked on it hella. Well, I did 2 things on Sunday. Okay. Let me be honest. Perhaps I could have finished it for today, but I did something better. On Sunday, I decided to... Oh, Abstracted Austin, thank you for the 10 gifted. I worked on it, I'd say 80% of the day. And then at like 9 p.m., my good friend Stans got home. And we were talking on Discord, and he asked about if I'd ever gotten that dub in Fortnite. And I told him I had, but I was kind of sad because it meant the end of my Fortnite journey. And yet I still had a lot of fun playing the game. And then he was like, well, why don't we just play some duos? And then I said, bet. And then we played Fortnite till 2:30 in the morning. Just two fucking boomers, dude. Just grinding duos, no build Fortnite. It was insane. It was insane. Just guys being dudes, dude. I haven't said it that late in a minute. And we just played Fortnite. It was so funny. So we grinded Fortnite, and then we didn't get any dubs. We actually did quite poorly. Mostly, actually, all my fault. I'll be honest with you. Stan's the king. Stan's way better than me. He's cracked, but we kept losing. We kept dying. Because the problem is Stan puts me in gold rank. We played ranked 0 build, and we're in gold, and I'm getting my ass handed to me by these fucking gold players. But then, I queued up again today. Like, first thing when I woke up. I think. And what I want to show you is the one game maybe I played 2. Maybe I played 2 today. Someone's going to check and fucking... I want to show you something. Something magical. Something incredible. Something... Okay, I should have had this ready. So I'll be honest with you. I should have had this ready. Okay, here we go. I'm photoshopping it right now. 1 second. I'm photoshopping it. Holy God! Come on! Just let me Photoshop real quick. Let me cook. Okay. Sheesh! Brand new Darth Maul skin, second Victory Royale, bringing my total up to a whopping 2, doubling my win percentage because I only have like 102 games now. And then after I beat this fucking 4-year-old, I little whipped on him. I had Darth Maul do the little whip dance. I've never taunted on someone in. It's fucking amazing. It was solo, yeah. So all I'm saying is I'm getting into it. I sort of love this game. Look at how fucking well I looted too, dude. That was no worse. Anyway, just thought I'd let you guys know that things are looking up. All right, things are looking up. I know a lot of you are very invested in my Fortnite journey. I promise as soon as I get a Victory Royale, I'm quitting. Yeah, that was a lie. The game's fun. Get over it, dude. Fucking get over it, mom. I like the game, all right? We like the stock. It's actually fun. It's actually a game that I can play with a friend offline, and we can be different skill levels, and we can just have fun. That like almost has never existed for me. It's so rare. I haven't had a game like that ever. Because I always either grind it so much that no one wants to play with me, or I'm trying to be brand new in a game they already play. And so I can't hang on them. Is this a worse addiction than balloons? Not even close. Guys, at the height of my balloons addiction, I played offline like I don't know, for a month straight to get ready for the pop. Like I had to unlock every fucking medal in the entire game to get ready for the Pop-a-thon, to get ready for Black Border. It was astronomically more hours. I played way more balloons than I ever played. All right, we're getting let's see, probably 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We'll start marketing Monday, maybe a little more than that. Hope you guys are all doing well. Polly Wally Walnuts, thank you for the prime. Your name's Polly Wally Walnuts. I'm sorry, Polly Wally Walnuts 12, which means there's 11 others who share your love of extremely stupid names. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have any messages in my chat. You just I feel bad. I figured I'd open your chat history and it's calling me bald or some shit, and I feel like we could have a little back and forth, but you haven't said anything, so now Paulie, you're great. Keep it up. I'm a Turtle Boy. Thank you for the prime. No Numb. Thank you for the 20 months. And Cram Guy. Thank you for the prime. Atrioc is the king of punching down. Yeah, everyone knows that. Good comedy punches down. Everyone knows the bravest comedians find targets that are small and easy to hit and then wails on them and then avoids criticizing anything more powerful. Like, you should never make fun of politicians, leaders, business elite, billionaires, because they have more power than you. So that's bad. Only make fun of people that are like powerless, struggling. That's why everybody knows they can laugh too, because they have no fear, no threat. Sign of a good comedy. Small children are fun to make fun of. It's easy to punch down on people when you have big, meaty fingers, right, Big A? No. No, I'm talking about the concept of punching up and down, and it has nothing to do with literal punches, and certainly has nothing to do with the size of my fingers. It's like a way of viewing the world, relative power levels. It's not. Ads. So if we're gonna start Marketing Monday here soon, why don't I just crank out some ads real quick? That way it doesn't interrupt us in exactly 12 minutes, which is planning to do. I got the little thing that tells me when they're fucking gonna run a mid-roll, and now I know when it is, and it's gonna be in 12 minutes. That'll be right in the middle of my show, so I'm gonna knock it out. So if you'd like to watch some ads, you probably don't. Here, I'll watch them with you. Fuck it, Marketing Monday. I'll watch them with you. All right, we'll fucking ad review live. Because actually, I was watching. Wait, who was I watching? You're not gonna. I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not. I was watching Kai Cenat on my couch. I watched Kai Cenat on my couch last night because I just wanted to, he had like 60K viewers, and I was like, what's he doing? I want to see. So I turned him on. He was eating from top to bottom a styrofoam cup while playing Life is Strange. But he wasn't even listening to what the story was. So why would you play Life is Strange? He was just literally munching the cup down, and then the story was happening, and he was ignoring it. What's the point of that? The game has no gameplay. I didn't understand it at all, but I gave him 100 subs because I wanted to be noticed. So anyway, in the middle of that, he ran 7 ads, or I mean, whatever, mid-roll probably. 7 ads because he didn't click it. So, and the ads were terrible. The story point I'm getting to is the ads were fucking terrible. Like, is that what people are going through? They're awful. So let me see here what kind of ads we're getting. Like, I forgot. Oh, there's one of them I wanted to tell you guys about, but I forgot what it was. Oh, it was like 2 NFL players teaching an English lit class, but talking about how you can stream all the games on DirecTV or some shit. And then the fucking class is like, what does this have to do with English lit? And they're like, because streaming games on DirecTV is lit. And then I died. And then I literally died, and now I'm a ghost. And now I'm not. Now I'm a ghost talking to you. Hopefully we get that one. Let's find out right now. I'm going to run the ads. Boop. All right, let's see. I'm watching myself from just a second ago. Did the ads run? No, they didn't. Is there not enough inventory or what? This is incognito. I'm not signed in. Maybe there's no inventory. Or maybe it's only in regions that have enough. Dude, Twitch can't sell ads anymore. The ad sales team is fucking dead. Do I have ad block? Maybe, but oh, you know what? It's probably because I just joined the stream, and if you do a pre-roll, it won't give you a mid-roll right away. That's actually exactly what happened. Well, you guys have to tell me how great the ads are because I can't see them. That's just on me, dude. How are you guys doing? A10 Luke, Oka, Slagathor, Q'd, Box Nixon, Bonixon, Venomatter, Unique Apple, Troho. Oh, yeah. Community. All right. So right after these ads, we're going to do the Ask the Storyteller community thing and then jump into wins and fails. So let's see what Ask the Storyteller has to say. Yo, You ready? Wait, I'm sorry. One of the ads was a dude trading Levi's jeans for a cow. Is that an ad for cows? What is the ad? How is the ad for Levi's? Seems targeted. Oh, jeans are so valuable you could trade them for a whole ass cow. I guess that's true. In like an age-old bartering, appeal. It's like my Levi's are so valuable they're worth that of a full-on cow. I guess there's something there. I got an ad for the Marines where an entire city was crumbling. Are you guys being serious? What are these fucking ads? I got a Marines ad that confirmed that birds aren't real and they're military drones, Omegalo. You guys are making this up. There's not two separate Marines ads where one, the cities are crumbling and one, birds are fake. No, you're making these up. Here is the cow ad. Fuck. I can't believe I ran ads and now I'm running the ad again. For no pay, I am watching the fucking ads that you watch. This is fucking degenerate. $1982. Sorry, before we get to the crux of this ad, every time we see a cow, it's not an excuse to spam moo, coffee, moo. Even if we accept your premise as true, which is that I'm such a addict of coffee that I'm a cow for it, it has nothing to do with physical real cows. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no, it's childish is what it is. Terrible ad. This fucking guy probably ruined the winter for his family. That's such a terrible trade. Yeah, a cow can go for like $2,000. This guy's family probably beat him, dude. What a... And also, just a weird image of this dude fucking taking his pants off in front of the cow. Yeah, wow, that's a terrible ad. No joke. That means the pants are worth at least $3K? Wait, you're right. Top comment. When he took off his pants, I almost thought this was going somewhere real bad. He may have willingly exchanged the cow, but what about the other members of his family? The fact that they called him foolish is an indication they weren't pleased with it. Just so he could have a pair of used 501s. That's very self-centered. It does feel very self-centered, to be honest. There's more people relying on that cow than just you, sir. All right. Well, speaking of people that are relied upon, I rely upon Ask the Storyteller to make all of my gaming content not cringe. So I am going to hear his pitch out before we jump into Marketing Monday Wins and Fails. Ahem. This is Ask the Storyteller, Austin and Gaming, Mouse MD, and Sebum Logo Man. I think that's somebody else. I don't know his Discord name, but I know who that is. All right. And they're going to make a pitch to me right now. Let's find out about it.
Oh,
Yo!
hi.
Hello. Welcome.
What's up? Welcome. It's my server.
Well, I mean, we've been keeping it warm for you,
Okay, thank you.
left some gas in it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? One of
I
those kind of.
appreciate that. That is cool.
Also, you never thanked my 30-month sub like 2 minutes ago.
Oh.
It's kind of a big number.
I never thanked it, or it's been 2 minutes and I haven't thanked it yet.
Well, it's been at least 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Does this feel sincere? Does this feel sincere now that you railroaded me into it?
I've never heard you be more sincere.
I'm promising you right now, he's clipping it and saving this for later, just to feel something. So.
Let me fix the audio real quick. You guys are a little loud compared to me. I'll go 84%. And that should be good. Now should I pull up this stream?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So
Okay.
We have a presentation here for you.
Okay.
We will be, really a lot of work, a lot of heart, ears,
A lot of work and a heart went into this, is what you're saying.
a lot of heart. I mean,
Okay.
heart's underselling it, but
Right. A lot of work and a lot of heart went into this because I'm on the first slide.
Even blood, maybe.
Maybe. Well, that's yet to be determined. So let's just start us out with, right? We're establishing a baseline, right?
Okay.
Very, like the bedrock, right? This is you. Actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, this is you. This is what you look like.
1 foot in the
Getting up
grave.
there. 1 foot in the grave. Getting up there.
Would disagree.
Now
but
these right here, these are your chatters, right? We got the chads. We
feels
got
pandering.
the Pepe chads.
This is pandering.
This is what they all look like, and you can see it in the chat right now.
I'm the one on the right.
This is pandering.
Now, together, we, as a community, we have achieved a lot of cool things.
Agree.
For example, wins and fails.
One last hit.
We made Ludzie's career.
Yep.
Paper Mario Day.
We destroyed Ludzie's career.
Paper
That was one of
Mario
your best
Day.
ones.
Yeah. We beat Railbound.
And Paper Mario Day.
I beat Railbound.
I mean, how can you forget Paper Mario Day?
Right.
I mean, I'm just thinking of forgetting, right? We need chat right here. This is for chat. We need you guys to remember. Remember to never forget.
Never.
All right? We need you to never forget that none of this would have been possible without one thing.
Thanks.
Right?
Hey, thank you. You're right. It is sort of me. I am sort of the bedrock. And I appreciate that. I put a lot of work into this stream.
And I'm not talking about
Not
Atrioc.
Atrioc.
No, not
Given.
Atrioc.
That's
And
a
no,
given.
not even the wonderful and talented mods and editors.
Really?
No. The one thing that we need to remember, family.
Oh my God.
Family.
I cry every time I hear this song. Oh my
You're
God. Wait, next
crying.
slide, please.
So
Next slide,
far, this
please.
has
I'm
made
gonna
you
cry. Oh, I couldn't handle it. We had to go to the next
Brings him
slide.
to
Sorry.
tears. It's very emotional for him.
Okay.
And we even prepared a quote to bring him down from that emotional high that he
Oh
personally.
gosh.
loves
Look,
very
you
much.
may lose your wife. You may lose your dog. Your mother may hate you. None of those things matter. What matters is that you achieve success and become free. Then you can do whatever you like. Kevin O'Leary.
Such a
Kevin
small-minded
O'Leary.
outlook from a shark.
I'm sorry. Can you stop the heckling, please?
I'm sorry. I just,
It's
it
a
is
bit
my
rude.
stream. I'm trying to speak up, but please continue.
I just don't appreciate it's calling us
So-
small-minded. You know?
You might be wondering, why do we bring you here today? What
I
is
am.
the
I
purpose
am.
of the last? What's the purpose of the last
What
7
is the
slides?
purpose?
And I'm here to tell you that the purpose is this: the big awards. All right?
Holy crap!
Now, you might be wondering, what are the big awards? All right. Well, it's simple. It's simply the Oscars, Streamies, Grammys, Emmys, Tonys, Country Music Awards, the Nick Kids Choice Awards, Real Prestige, and the People's Voice, all put into one
I love that.
package. The big awards.
The award show that matters.
Inspirational. A tier above the rest. All right. Now, we're here to tell you we're offering more. The Streamies just happened. We can
Yeah.
see peak viewership, 250,000. Those are
You're
Streamies
offering me
who?
more. You're offering more than 268,000 viewers for the
We're
big
offering more.
awards.
You don't sound like you believe in us.
It's weird. Because we believe in
That
this
would be a
community.
market increase from my average. Is all I'm saying. It would be a real stretch.
well, don't
And
sell
that's
yourself
weird.
short.
Don't say. I mean, that's.
Don't sell
Come
us
on now.
short, even.
Have some confidence, right?
Sure.
Now
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Okay.
What is this more that we're offering?
Okay.
All right. Well, we're offering anywhere between 0 and 45 different categories, as well as 2 to 2.5 hours of free content.
We're flexible.
Okay, let me tell you something. I was earlier making a joke that I may have died and I'm currently a ghost. But if I have to watch 45 awards back to back of the big A awards, I truly think I will be in hell.
Well, that's why we're 0 to 45. We, you know.
You
How
know,
about
market
0?
research, it's a sliding scale.
Okay.
We can see where it lands.
Look,
I'm
this
picking.
presentation isn't over yet. We clearly haven't convinced you.
We're not done.
Sure, I'm
There's
sure. Okay,
even
good.
more.
Okay. Oh, great. This is what I need to
Right?
okay.
We were offering a cool custom website from the brilliant mind that brought you the Hitman auto kill script.
That didn't work, and it stopped me running Hitman. Ever since he sent me that auto kill script, I haven't run once. He
You're really
literally
looking on the
ended
downside.
But yet, such a brilliant mind. You know? We're also offering a custom 3D printed awards.
That's kind of based,
Whoa.
actually.
All the
That's
winners.
actually super sick.
We're offering live performances from your most talented chatters,
Holy crap.
That's actually hype.
as well as some surprise guest presenters.
You would never guess who.
Gonna be fucking Ludsy or something.
You would never guess.
Now, you might be wondering, what's the timeline looking like here, right?
Sure. I like the cool shit. You guys can't see it. Wait.
Oh, well,
It's too late.
it's fine.
Okay. Timeline.
Timeline, right? So we're starting out October. This is when Atrioc submits nomination categories. They pick the categories. They want to see what they want to vote on.
Okay.
Now, November comes around. That's when the nominees are put in place. Who's going to be running in all these separate categories?
Of course.
December, that's voting season, baby. That's
The
where
only
the
time
winners
chatters
are
are
made.
ever going to vote.
Exactly. That's campaigning. This is when the real stuff happens. And then January, that's when it all comes together into one final moment here at twitch.tv/Atrioc.
Okay. This is all a big idea. Who's going to be running this? Who's spearheading this?
That's a great question.
Well, I'm glad you asked. As your fearless leader, the spearhead of the operation, I like to lead from the back. I will delegate, gatekeep, girl boss, and let my team take it from here.
Wow. What a leader. Inspiration.
Holy
Sorry, that was
crap.
Mouse
Powerful.
MD.
Hey, now,
Say it
you might be
louder.
wondering- Mouse MD for the people in the back. Now, you might be wondering, what's the ask?
Ask the storyteller?
No, not the storyteller.
Oh.
What we're asking for is simple. Travel, food, and lodging to Frankfurt, Germany.
Why are you fucking...
Of course.
No!
Oh,
No! I am not going to fly you all to Frankfurt, Germany.
Well,
Well,
you see-
here's out.
Here's out. Now, for only a small contribution of $35,000 US in return for 0% equity and 100% royalties, can do
Shark
such
would
that.
kill for this.
they would.
Then talk to Kevin O'Leary.
Or, if that's a bit too rich for your blood, all right?
Okay.
We
just settle.
could fly to LA.
All of us to go there instead. It's cheaper that way. And you might be wondering, how are you going to bankroll this? I mean, $35,000, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we don't want to take it out of your pockets,
Yeah.
you know? So we've taken it upon ourselves
Okay.
to reach out to a few sponsors.
In your
All
name.
of which, in your name, we've reached out on your behalf for the event. And, you know, we've gone to some cornerstones of the stream. For example, we have public.com.
Crowd
Really
favorite.
just a staple. Crowd favorite of the people.
No, you didn't. You did not get public.com.
We also have some real heavy hitters. We have Factor Meals.
Hearthstone.
We have the Daily Wire.
And then my personal favorite,
These are my sponsors.
Diamond Hands.
Free money. You put money in, and let me tell you, they're excited to give money back. Now, it's not
badass.
just these brands, right?
Great.
There's a few other that we've reached out to, all of which very excited to
Social.
work with
So
you.
excited.
They're through the moon.
Twitter, X.com is excited. to
Raytheon
sponsor me.
specifically, we talked to.
I've
this
made
guy
like
called
100
Darren.
videos criticizing Elon Musk on X, but he's down to sponsor the big A
And he-
awards.
Oh well, didn't you hear?
told us
They're under new leadership. Remember?
Yeah. And he told us personally that he's down to bury the hatchet. You don't even have to go to Rome and fight him for it. This is some real opportunity right here. Now, Brandon,
Okay.
if I may, Mr. Ewing, we have just one more question for you.
Lay it on me.
Where we dropping?
It's like one of those bad Shark Tank pitches where they play off each other, and it's like,
I'll have you know, blood, sweat, and a whole hour went into this presentation.
Yes, it shows. It is true. Is there music playing?
Yes.
You're demonetizing me live. You are muting the VOD live.
What? Never. Now, here's the thing. We did play this all up for the bit.
But
However,
we're
this is
genuinely serious.
this is a genuine offer. We want to
Okay.
put on a big award show. Logo's work in progress. All of this
Okay.
very much is, but the concept we are pitching to you.
All right. Let me
And very official.
ask one question. Because at the end of all of this, I am inspired a little bit by this coming together of massive minds. And I do think a big A Awards would be kind of fun for the community. And I do think it would most importantly...
It's big awards.
It's big awards. That's very
Awards, big awards.
We worked a lot on the branding there. That was yeah, you could
Just don't interrupt me while
Sorry.
no, you're good. We're just it's important.
Just doesn't matter that much.
This is our
Okay,
project after
and then
all.
what I would say is, okay, most importantly, this allows me to have to not make any content for a day, which I love most of all, because I could just show up and react to the awards, which is like, I think the ultimate goal of all of my community endeavors is to find a way to reduce the amount of work that I have to do and sort of offload it. So I applaud it. I agree with it. And I think you've convinced me. Here's the deal. I cannot give you $35,000 or anything close to that. So I do think I should supply some sort of money so you guys can figure out whatever you got to make for it. So I'm going to start the bidding at $1,000. Can you do it with that?
1,500.
Austin, you're okay. So Austin's not really.
1,500.
He's not the most financially
Why
minded.
don't we let the leader of the operation?
Yeah, this is definitely a
negotiate?
leader kind of discussion.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, what does Mouse MD have to say? Let me hear from the fucking mouse.
I heard you recently got cured from your glancer operation.
That's the sign of a good negotiation.
Did you front the bill for that, or have you been?
I'm glad I'm dealing with a serious adult here for this $1,000+ negotiation. Yes, I'm cured of my glancer.
And you have yet to pay your bill. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you would like to not have to pay that bill, I think you can front a little bit more towards this big.
I'm sorry.
special
What was that line of
operation.
logic in this fictional example? I have just been cured of a serious disease called glancer. So why do I avoid paying that bill and pay you more? That doesn't even make sense. That was a random reason to bring up.
We will take legal action.
I am legally required by contract to be on Mouse's side here, but it is tricky.
What number are you saying? What number are you saying?
Well,
We can discuss it offline.
That's a closed door operation for sure. Yeah, that's definitely.
You know, we can settle out of court.
We're not settling out of court. It's not a court case. You guys are contractors who approached me with an idea. You're not suing me. I'm not being sued.
We understand your concerns, and we will take them into account going forward.
I'm not going a
We'll
dollar
work
over
from- we'll work from
$1,000.
1,000.
I'm not
we'll work
going
from 1,000 and stay in
off-
contact.
Okay, let's start off 1,000. All right, and then you guys, I need an itemized invoice on where this money's going. I need to know where this money's going. It better not be to fucking glancer treatment or some shit like that. And I also don't trust doctors who are also mice. Ugh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do think this is a cool idea, low key though.
Yeah, it is kind of hype.
I actually think it'd be kind of hype. I think Chad would enjoy it, and I especially think at least one category, which like best song or something, would be really fun because there's so many good songs every year, and I think that would be fun to listen to them again and pick one. So I mean that's what made me excited. So I'm in. Firm handshake. I'm holding my hand to the camera.
Absolutely. Handshake emojis. That is how business. Hey, emojis are legally binding.
That is
So-
how. That is true.
That is.
That's how business is
verified
done.
fact.
Chat, you have to sign as well. So everyone drop your handshake if you agree that we will have a big awards in December or
It was a pleasure
January.
negotiating with you, Atrioc.
It truly was a
Absolute
pleasure.
pleasure.
Thank you guys for your time. Any words from Ask the Storyteller? You've been conspicuously silent. Anything you wanted to say before I jump into wins and fails? I'll take your. Oh.
I'm just a silent partner.
He's one of the hands that lead.
That's,
Fortnite boy.
That's funny. Okay, he's a silent partner. He is the one that told me to do this. He's the one that. All right, Giga Chad. Then, thank you guys for your time. Appreciate the negotiation. Let's set up like a Discord room or something and hash it out. And we'll talk again.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peace.
That went good.
That went good. He's talking about. I feel like I got burnt out of $1,000, to be honest. That went good. That went good. That went good. They fucking said, you have Glancer, so I'll up the price. And then he negotiated $1,500, and then his other negotiating partner said, wait a minute, that guy doesn't speak for us. That was clearly a well thought out. Yeah, I feel like I finessed 34K down, but then I realized they anchored me at 35K, and really I should pay 0. For a community awards, really I should pay 0 is what I'm realizing. So I feel like I actually got finessed out of $1,000. Interesting. It's long con. We already shook on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I need a tiny bit of water before I jump into this, but we are going to go into a segment known as Wins and Fails. Actually, I'll get the water while we play the theme song. So, here we go. Wait, do I have everything I need? Fuck. Do I have everything I need? Do I have everything I need? Maybe. Shit. Shit. I think so. I'll run the ads. Okay, no, we're fine. We have 51 minutes till another ad break plays. We're fine. Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure I have everything in order, so I'm not jumping around too much. But I think I am. I think I'm ready to talk about it. Fuck. Close all this down. By the way, last Marketing Monday, the one that just went uploaded, is 1 out of 10, doing pretty well. The Auntie Anne's scammer one, that's doing pretty well. If you guys just watched that, thank you for enjoying it. It has good retention, and that's hype. That's cool. I've been really focusing on trying to make Wins and Fails like a big cornerstone of the YouTube, and it seems like it's working, which is cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I don't ask much from you on this stream. I don't ask you to make me $35,000 award shows. All I ask is that when we jump into Marketing Monday, you do me the service and the honor and the privilege of scanning the screen, finding the part that represents you, and then tagging it with me. So please, without further ado, tag yourself.
I'm just a simple money maker.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday on September 4th, 2023. This is a section of the show called Wins and Fails, where we go over all of the wins and fails last week in marketing and business. And I want to start off with a win. A rare Elon Musk win from this show. Now, usually I'm pretty critical of Elon Musk ever since he took over Twitter and piled on a bunch of debt and kind of ran into the ground. But I want to give an Elon Musk win because a recently released excerpt has been revealed from Walter Isaacson's new book about Elon Musk. And Elon Musk has never been more relatable to me in his entire life. Let's jump into it. Quick disclaimer. Today's Marketing Monday Wins and Fails is a slightly bit shorter than most ones because we just did a Marketing Monday on Thursday. It's only been like 3 days. So it's It's more of a collection of interesting stories that I haven't fit into other ones recently. Okay, that's we're actually doing a full marketing Monday today, so we'll get to that. Don't include that in YouTube. Okay. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, pictured here, a noble hero in the world of Elden Ring. This is an excerpt from Walter Isaacson's new book. Let me walk you through it. You see, recently, he revealed that Elon Musk, in a time of business stress, flew to Vancouver to meet his on and off girlfriend, Claire Boucher, aka Grimes. She was pushing him to go there so she could introduce him and their son, who's named X, to her parents and grandparents. Unfortunately, when it came time for him to actually meet her parents, she decided to leave him at the hotel because he was in, quote, stress mode. Okay, he didn't go. He flew out to Vancouver. She decided not to bring him to meet her parents. That's always a good sign. Okay, didn't do that. He was in stress mode. What did he do when he was in stress mode? Well, it turns out he got into a new video game called Elden Ring that he had downloaded on his laptop. Elaborately rendered with cryptic clues and strange plot twists. It requires intense focus. He spent a lot of time in the game's most dangerous regions, a fiery red hellscape known as Caelid. Instead of sleeping, he played until 5:30 in the morning. Okay. Now, what time frame is this story from? Well, it turns out the day he played Elden Ring till 5:30 in the morning, 1 hour after finishing that, not before going to bed, he tweeted this and officially made the offer to buy Twitter for $54.20 a share. This is the same day. This is the day where the infamous $54.20 offer that cost him $40 billion to buy Twitter came from. And I have to tell you, I have never related to Elon Musk more. He stayed up all night playing a game, was mauled, and then made dumb decisions. Yes! Finally! Finally, I can relate to this fuck. Yeah, instead of sleeping on it, he just made the offer, and now he's been dealing with the fallout of this terrible decision a year later, and $40 billion down the hole. Now, what's interesting, there's a little bit more to this story. You see, right after he tweeted out this offer, there was a little bit of pushback, not from the average Twitter shareholder like myself. Again, I owned about $10,000 of Twitter at the time, and everyone who owned Twitter shares at the time was extremely happy because he was vastly overpaying. So everyone who owned Twitter shares was making easy money. But this guy pushed back. This guy is Prince Al-Walid Talal. Again, I might get his name wrong. A multi-billionaire sitting on a golden throne who's also a Saudi Arabian prince. And he said, I don't believe the proposed offer by Elon Musk, $54.20, comes close to the real value of Twitter given its growth prospects, which is a gigantic joke. It was so much more than Twitter was actually worth. But he said, I'm one of the largest and long-term shareholders. I reject this offer. And Elon Musk, hero of free speech that he is, actually pushed back, publicly said, hey, how much of Twitter does the kingdom own? And what are the kingdom's views on journalistic freedom of speech? Basically saying, like, fuck you. And people liked this. This is pretty good. All right. He kind of pushed back on this Saudi Arabian leader and said, like, you know what? I'm buying it anyway. And I don't like your guys' stance on freedom of speech. This is pretty based. All right. All well and good. Now, let's flash forward to 2023. I want to talk about something entirely different, completely unrelated. This guy right here. His name is Mohammed Al-Ghamdi. He is a retired school teacher, 54 years old, father of 7. This guy was just sentenced to death for his tweets. He has 7 kids. He's a retired school teacher. He had an anonymous Twitter account that had 10 followers. He had a 10-follower anonymous account that basically said some parts of the Saudi Arabian government are corrupt. He retweeted some things, some political cartoons and stuff. He has now been sentenced to death in Saudi Arabia for only this action. Again, this is the only action he's taken that has been sentenced to death. And they don't even know how they found out who owned the account. The account was anonymous. How did they know how they were able to verify his identity? We don't know. But it may have something to do with the fact that the number 2 owner of X.com right now is the Saudi Arabian government, whose ownership has only increased since this back and forth tweet between Elon Musk and Twitter. In fact, when Elon chose to spend the $40 billion to buy Twitter, a huge part of that was put up by the Saudi Arabian Sovereign National Wealth Fund. This is a tweet later from the same guy. Remember this is the back and forth? This guy tweeted again after the buyout and said, "Dear friend, Chief Twit Elon Musk, together all the way, handshake." After Elon Musk tweeted, "The bird is freed." They worked together to put together the money and billions needed to buy the company. Now, you'd think that a person getting murdered, killed officially by the state for their tweets would cause some sort of pushback. After all, this is the guy who said he's a free speech absolutist. He vowed to pay the legal costs for anyone who gets in trouble at work for their tweets. I assume this is worse than just getting in trouble at work. But in fact, Elon Musk has apparently been completely silent. He has not spoken at all since the story came out, and certainly not about this. Completely silent on this subject, which is odd. And it seems to portray the fact that the business dealings and the fact that Twitter or X has such a huge debt that he has to listen to what the Saudi Arabian government says, despite his so-called free speech absolutism, is a problem. And that could be the case. It's possible that is the case. It's possible that he doesn't actually really stand behind the ideals he said and is making a more cowardly decision based on the economic realities. Possible. Or, my theory, he's just staying up too late playing Starfield, bro! He's just grinding! He hasn't figured out this news because he's so busy grinding up till 5 a.m., bro! This dude been playing video games like me. We play video games. He's got the grind set. I'll leave that up to you to decide. Up to your media literacy. Speaking of media literacy, let's give a huge win to everyone in chat who is under 8 months old. So 98% of you. Because of a new study, a new landmark study by the Journal of American Medicine has found that anyone around 1 year old, okay, that screen time among 1-year-olds is permanently linked to delayed development in babies. Basically, if you watch too many screens at 1 to 4 years old, there's long-term effects on communication, motor skills, fine motor skills, problem solving, personal and social skills. I'm sure this has no effect on anybody in their teens or adults. It's only dumb babies. But what's important and what makes this a huge win. No, someone said closing stream now. Don't worry about it. Because they published a follow-up study. Unless it's Marketing Monday, you're fine. So all of you who are 8 months old, don't worry, you can still watch. This will still work. Honestly, I looked into this study, so it's interesting. They have not proved a clear link between screen time and these delayed development. They have proved some sort of link, but they haven't. There's two options. Either is the screen time is causing it, or the screen time is replacing other stuff that should be more helpful. For example, if a kid spends all the time on screens, the screens might not be doing anything wrong, but they're not getting the communication with other people or the time with the parents or whatever that could cause it. It could be just a replacement, and there's no actual negative effect to screens themselves. That could be the case. I'm looking into it. I'll follow up on it because I find it interesting, but so far they don't know. That being said, Marketing Monday, 100% in the clear, guaranteed good for you at any age. Sounds like a waste of time. Pull up Subway Surfers. Any plans for kids in the future? Yes, Ari and I have talked, and we have decided that if we do have kids, we will make sure they watch screen time 100% of their waking hours so we can get a full case study. Because I want to know the true answer. So we're going to have one kid watch screen time 24/7, and then one kid we will make do cringe stuff like go outside. And that way we'll know. We'll have a full, it's for science. My Marketing Monday research is more important than my actual kids, okay? I do this for you. All right, speaking of actual real news, let's jump over to a bit. I didn't get enough slides for this, but I'll explain it to you. We'll talk about it. This is an actual win, and I'm sorry to do a pump fake, but it turns out this is a study by the Wall Street Journal that looked into the actual numbers of workers striking every single year since the 1980s. And it turns out that as we approach the largest auto workers strike in like 30 years, the United Auto Workers strike, if they do go on strike this month, which seems to be possible, this could be one of the largest strike years since the early 80s, before basically Reagan crushed unions, and there's been a huge backlash. As you can see here, for most of your waking lives, 2000s, 2010s, we've had the lowest amount of strikes and labor force participation, labor union participation in American history. It's been a time of complete corporate consolidation, no labor pushback. The 2010s were absolutely terrible for it, and we are finally seeing a pushback in the 2020s, which again, I think is an important part of a functioning democracy, is a counterbalance between, government has strength, corporations have strength, and labor has strength, and none of them gets too strong so they can abuse their power. That's just what I believe in. So I'm happy to see this, and I'm happy to see more facts from this study. Let's see if I can actually pull it up, because I do want to. Let me show you more. Let's see. So again, as you can see here, there's already been a spike because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. But if this dotted line shows where we'll be if the United Auto Workers go on strike, and that's going to be one of the biggest strikes in, again, 30 years. Back in the 80s, again, pre-1985, we had massive strikes all the time in America. I want people to understand that. Like, it's before you were born, but it's not that crazy. We had decades of strong labor in America, and it led to higher average wages increasing with productivity, and most importantly, like the average CEO was paid like 20 times what a worker's paid, and now it's like 300 plus. All of the excess gains has gone to the very, very, very top of the corporation, and largely it's because of decreased bargaining power from the average worker. So again, we're seeing a spike here, and it's going to be interesting. And what I thought was most interesting about this is that surveys show that the average American is beginning to see labor unions as a positive thing. 67% of Americans now say they approve of labor unions. Again, a decade ago it was 54%, and before that it was even lower. This is it's a strong positive sign that people see that bargaining together has a benefit. So I'm giving this a dub. I think this is pretty cool. I think it's a strong trend in the right direction. Though, I'm never a doomer, but I am a realist on the show. I do think that rising unemployment could cause a real problem. Labor movements usually do well when there's low unemployment. Rising unemployment could have changed that. So I'm going to keep an eye on it, but this is an interesting thing. Now, speaking of labor unions and strikes and back and forths, I want to give you a quick update on this guy, Father Death. You probably have no idea who this guy is, and he probably freaks you out because he looks old enough to be fucking time himself. But his name is actually Barry Diller, and he's an old school Hollywood mogul who is now retired. And he spoke quite honestly to an article with Hollywood Reporter that talked about some things we've mentioned on this show before. Basically, he said, if you guys don't know this, all of the studios, let me see if I can get you a picture of it. Yeah, here. This is a very easy fucking picture to explain it. All of the studios, so like Disney, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Warner Bros. Discovery, they all organize together under a group called the AMPTP. And they basically operate as a cartel where no one of them is allowed to break ranks and make a deal with the writers. They all have to work together so they can try to get the best deal for the studio heads. Now, the problem is them all working together is good for some of them, but not all. And some of their members are starting to get a little bit frustrated. As Barry Diller points out, the real winner of this strike is turning out to be Netflix. because everyone else is going to be running out of content, starting to see high churn, people unsubscribing. They're going to have no movies for the theaters for the next year. I mean, Warner Brothers Discovery had Blue Beetle flop like crazy, had to push out Dune 2, and has like nothing left for the next year. They're freaking out. If they don't get a deal soon, they're fucked. They have a ton of debt to pay. And it turns out that like this system is really only good for Netflix. And Barry Diller is pointing out pretty intelligently, I think, that all these studios should start thinking about splitting out and leaving Netflix to not have a deal. Like they should just start talking to the writers and the actors directly and saying, hey, we'll make the deal. We need movies. And I think it's a powerful point. Now, Netflix, Diller argued, was the architect of the strikes. And it is true. This stuff about like AI technology replacing actors and writers, the stuff about people not being paid for streaming residuals, all of that stuff is the main things that the writers are mad about. And guess who is the most hardcore against any progress in that front? It's Netflix. Warner Brothers doesn't really fucking care. They just want to make more bad fucking DC movies. They just want to churn out more shit movies and try to survive, dude. They're not worried about making AI. They don't have the technology for that. They're not even close. It's just Netflix. And so it's an interesting bit of progress. This strike does one thing and one thing only. It strengthens Netflix and weakens the others. Now, the effects of this has not yet been felt, but as we approach 2024, a lot of these movie studios are going to be running out of stuff to publish. They're going to have no movies and no shows for their fall lineup. And that is going to hurt. And now they're going to start feeling the pain. Now, while Netflix has global networks of studios, they make movie or shows in South Korea and Britain and other countries, and they're going to be able to be fine. Everyone else is going to be in trouble. And I think we might see some cracks there on the corporate and studio side. So interesting to find out. Now, speaking of Hollywood, speaking of advertising, and speaking of the greatest ad read I've ever seen, I want to talk about the female Ben Shapiro. No, I'm sorry. I think her name is maybe Rhett Cooper. I don't know her name. The female Ben Shapiro, Brett Cooper? No, I don't know. Gwen Shapiro? I don't know. I actually don't know her name. But she is an icon here, as she was pretty pissed about a Hollywood studio deciding to enforce a new mask mandate. And she dropped one of the greatest clips I've ever seen. Let's jump into it.
Health and for our own good, of course. Lionsgate is the big one that's doing that. Hollywood bringing back mask mandates. Lionsgate Studios, which makes Saw and Hunger Games franchises, asks office staff to don face coverings and test again as COVID hospital rates rise for the 5th week.
Oh, no. Here we go again.
You guys know what this means. 14 days, only 14. We're just precautionary. Again, we have been there before. We know what that means. 2 weeks to slow the spread. We've done that. We don't want to do it again. And of course, they're going to tell us that it's good for us. It's not good for you. What is actually good for you is a good rancher steak. That is what you should be eating. That is what you should be focusing on. And I'm not just talking about your health. Financially, Good Ranchers is the healthy option.
Now that's marketing. Mix it in with the news. I want to be angry than hungry in the same sentence. She's got a point. Now that's a transition, so I want to give that a win. And speaking of transitions that make no sense, let's talk about Taylor Swift and her domination of Hollywood. As you are now able to get the official Eras Tour popcorn bucket for $14.99 in theaters at 10/13. The story here is actually kind of crazy. Taylor Swift has just completed a $1 billion plus concert tour around the world called the Eras Tour. I'm sorry, not completed, still going. And they are going to be showcasing a live footage of the concert tour in AMC theaters, where you can go and watch the concert together with your friends if you didn't catch it live. With this. Now, what's interesting about this is that Taylor Swift's power over music is not limited to just music, because instantly this was available. As soon as it was available, the pre-sales have broken AMC's record. the highest pre-sale of any movie tickets in AMC's 103-year history. That's actually fucking crazy. And they're all going to buy the popcorn bucket. Like the most profitable tickets from this year are going to be from a non-movie. And what's extra interesting is, again, she continues to make kind of crazy girl boss business mogul moves. This deal was negotiated by apparently cutting out the actual studios themselves, and Taylor Swift and her team negotiated directly with the CEO of AMC. So they get 100% of the cut and are going to be premiering this concert and, I guess, packing theaters. And what's interesting is actual movie studios are so scared of releasing their movie at the same time as a concert rebroadcast that they're moving their release date. Exorcist Believer pushed its release date a week early to avoid releasing the same week as the Swifties film because it's going to take all the theaters. That's crazy. I'm just trying. I did not know. Again, until because I'm not out of touch, I guess. I knew Taylor Swift was big, but until like the recent last month of seeing the Eras Tour numbers, I did not know how big Taylor Swift was. I was actually completely unaware of the level of difference. It's insane. It's like an insane level of, I guess, financial power. So anyway, interesting stuff there. Someone who doesn't have financial power, unfortunately, and I have to give a bit of a fail to, FaZe Clan. Now, we've talked about FaZe Clan before, but I want to give a quick recap and then a big update. Everyone, please phase up. If you could just take a moment and phase up solemnly. I know all of us collectively believe that FaZe Clan was the greatest investment known to man, but it turns out that not only is it down, but it is officially flaming out on the NASDAQ, as in it's going to be delisted. There's a certain time period that your stock must not be below $1. If you're too long below $1, they just cut your stock from NASDAQ altogether. And that is now officially like 18 days from happening and seeming very likely that there is no bounce back. Unless we all collectively buy. If we all collectively dump our life savings into FaZe Clan stock, maybe we can pump it up to above $1 and save the company. Anyway, I want to talk about it a little bit. See, this is a recent balance sheet report they dropped. And I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do a quick balance sheet reading here. I'm going to move your thing here and just see if we can figure out why FaZe Clan stock seems to be continually dumping, all right? Let's see if we can figure out why. Let's just do a quick bit of math. Sorry to bore you, but this might help us figure it out. So you'll notice in 2022, this is the amount of revenue they made. $34 million. Pretty good. They made $34 million in revenue. That's not bad. And their valuation when they went public was $750 million. So, and now it is under 20 million. So obviously 34 million is not that great, but it's something. All right. Now in 2023, that is down to 24 million. So they haven't grown in the past year. They've actually lost about a third of their value. They make about $11 million less than they used to make. All right. Whatever. You make a little less money. Fine. 2023 is not over. I'm sure this is the first 6 months of 2022 versus 2023. So this is, yeah. So, okay. Then everything below the revenues line is costs. So you take all this and you subtract it from the revenue to find out what you actually made in terms of profit, okay? The main thing that increased was general and administrative costs. In 2022, they spent $21 million on this. Now, this is things like paying for the FaZe Clan building. This is things like paying expensive consultants to tell you good ideas. This is things like extravagant work trips and vacations and things like that for your employees. Now, they spent $21 million on this last year. This year, that's up to $30 million. The value of the company right now is $20 million. So they are spending $10 million more than the entire value of the company on this stuff, which is also $6 million more than they made. So this alone is more than the entire revenue they made in 2023. Now that's interesting. And if you add all this up, it turns out they're losing money. Now, last year they lost about $18 million total. This year, they're already up to about $30 million in losses. So not only is revenue not increasing, but losses are accelerating dramatically. This company does not generate any money, and they spend it all on highly paid executives. The diminishing revenue and growing costs are hard for investors to overlook. Their market cap is about $20 million, and they when they first went public, they got a cash infusion of about I think 200 million or something like that. They've slowly been losing. So right now they have about $21 million in cash on hand left over. Basically on their balance sheet, they have $21 million left, which means, because that's included in their valuation, that means the market is valuing FaZe the brand, FaZe the employees, FaZe the building, FaZe everything at $0. Actually, negative $1 million. Everything that FaZe has is valued at negative $1 million, and they just happen to have some cash. That's crazy. Literally nobody in the entire market believes in this company and is willing to put money towards it. That is a disaster, which means FaZe is almost certainly headed to a complete delisting and probably getting bought out. If I had to guess, probably somebody else coming in to buy the name, and this thing's going to be ended for good. But at least they have their highly paid executives, right? Except for these guys, except for Amit Bajaj, their chief financial officer, who quit immediately after the company went public. He cashed out and quit. And then, of course, they lost Ben Gordon, the head of corporate strategy and analytics. He quit almost immediately after. Then Derek Chestnut, head of consumer products, he quit immediately after. And then 5 more people: Xavier Ramos, the head of marketing; Bill McCullough, the executive vice president of content; Nick Gibbs, the VP of content development; Danny Sung, the senior vice president of corporate development; Kai Henry, the chief strategy officer. All of them just quit. But what is that, 9 people? And then 10 more. And then their chief talent officer, their chief legal officer, their head of communication, their president and COO, their business and legal officer, their head of FaZe Sports, their VP of content operations, these all quit. And then most sadly of all, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg quit in March 29th, 2023. If you don't have these people, if every rat is jumping from the sinking ship, it's not a good sign for FaZe. And I think all in all, this whole experiment of going public will have been a resounding disaster. I think they could have hid the fact they made no money for a much longer time if they didn't get greedy and try to go public. And investors still would have bought in to try and be part of the lifestyle. But I will say this: despite all the mismanagement, all the disaster, all of the collapse, they did do one thing, which is pretty cool. They got Snoop Dogg to wear a FaZe Clan chain during the Super Bowl halftime performance. And history will never take that away. That is actually incredible. They gave him a bunch of worthless stock. He wore this chain, realized it was worthless, then quit. But for a moment, Snoop Dogg was wearing FaZe during the Super Bowl, and like 100 million people watched. That's pretty fucking crazy. So I'll give him a dub, and I'll FaZe up to that, brother. You know what else is up? Probably due to Marketing Monday, a huge win to myself and this show. The number of graduates who are pursuing business, marketing, and related fields is the #1 bachelor's degree in America right now. Up 7% since 2010. I'm sure entirely due to Marketing Monday. This is number of people entering certain degrees. Though actually, business has always been the #1 for at least as long as this survey's been ran. And what's more interesting is the rapid growth in the number of students getting into health professions. Healthcare and related healthcare industries is up 87%, is the fastest growing major among all students. Possibly because we're watching House MD? Possibly also because of me watching House MD, I'm not sure. Let's not rule it out. Perhaps the top 2 are 100% on this stream. There's been a decline in social sciences, a gain in biological and biomedical sciences, and a gain in psychology. But bigger stories went further down the list. Computer science is the single largest grower in the past 10 years of professions. A ton of you are computer science majors, and that's largely part of this rapid growth. People are trying to get into the tech fields. Education has seen a decline, which makes sense because teachers' jobs suck. Everything I read about being a teacher right now is like it's so fucking hard, and the kids hate you, and the parents hate you, and you don't get paid. So that's seeing a decline. Right as we have teacher shortages already. And interestingly, near the bottom of the chart, the biggest decliner in the past 10 years was English Lit. English language and literature is down 32% and is a very lowly pursued degree. Parks, Rec, Leisure, and Fitness Studies up. Interesting. Yeah, Ludwig. So Ludwig's promotion of his English degree has not paid off in the way that we would have thought. But interesting subject I just thought I'd share with you guys. And I will say, I looked into it because I saw the top of this and I was like, well, I get a lot of people that message me saying they went into marketing and they're enjoying it, but they're worried about getting a job after graduating. And I don't know. I mean, the field is, I think finding an entry-level job in marketing is one of the most horrendous experiences you can go through. There's so many scam companies. There's so many jobs that are actually just sales that lie to you. I think it's a pain in the ass. I think marketing is a cool industry to be in, but you have to get some work under your belt. But I did find out, I looked into it, that even though unemployment is beginning to rise and many fields are seeing decreases in number of jobs available, advertising, public relations, and related services is actually at all-time highs in job availability, which is pretty cool. It just hit the peak of 500,900 jobs. So there is some availability, though a lot of them are at agencies, which will work you to the bone. But interesting. So cool stuff. I just thought I'd give a win to people that are pursuing this. Hope you find a job in it. Hope you enjoy it. But don't do it if you don't like it. Now, that is the end of minor related stories in this week's Marketing Monday. But I would not end a Marketing Monday without looking to the Far East. And I want you guys to see what is happening in the land of China in a segment I like to call What's up, Beijing? Thank you, Xi Jinping, for that introduction. Let's find out what's going on in the world of China. Now, there are a couple interesting stories, but I don't really want to talk about those. There's Xi Jinping is not going to the G20 economic summit in India. He's kind of snubbing India and does not want to go to the meeting, which is, seen as a problem by India. They're not super happy with that. Feels like a snub. Drama alert. But we'll follow up on that after the meeting and see if anything happens. Also, as we mentioned in the What's Up Beijing previously, there's a bit of a housing crisis going on in China, and they are attempting some measures to try and get things back on track. Basically, they eased mortgage lending rules to first-time home buyers to try to encourage them to buy, which is sort of helping out in some of the major cities, though not helping at all in the smaller ones, which are still seeing dramatic falls in real estate prices. Those both things are semi-interesting. But the big story out of China this past week is actually this. The Huawei Mate 60s phone, a $900 smartphone that was just released. This is a massive story and probably the biggest story out of China tech in a long time because of the chip inside it. You see, recently, about a few years back, but intensified a year ago, Biden put together some comprehensive tech blockade on high-level chip-making devices to China. basically trying to prevent them from being able to make the latest and greatest chips. And the story here that China would like to be telling is that this Huawei phone is proof that they've broken through the US sanctions and can now make their own 7 nanometer chips. Chips are ranked basically based on the size of the chip. So the bigger the number, the worse the chip, the more slow, expensive, and power hungry it is. And for a long time, China could only make 14 nanometer chips. And it was thought that this tech blockade would stop them from being able to make 7 nanometer ones, homegrown. Right now, Intel in America can make 7 nanometer chips, but the best chips in the world are made in Lay's factory. Oh my God. No, in Taiwan and in Korea. Samsung and TSMC in Taiwan can make 4 nanometer and even coming close to 3 nanometer chips. All of the best chips in the world, like the iPhone chips for NVIDIA GPUs, they're made in Taiwan and South Korea. And right now, the export controls on that stuff cannot go to China. But as far as we can tell, based on what China is announcing, and Chinese government has been huge at pushing the story around this, it happened right as an American diplomat landed to meet with China. They surprised the same day that person landed, they released this phone, proving they don't need to worry about the sanctions and they can make their own 7 nanometer chip. It's still, again, 7 nanometers is still a few years behind the latest and greatest, but it's greater than what we thought was possible, what America thought was possible. So let's hear more about it from this video.
An advanced processor to power its latest smartphone. It's a sign that Beijing is making early progress in a nationwide push to overcome US sanctions. Huawei has been at the center of intensifying US trade curbs on Chinese businesses, which Washington says are based on national security concerns. Let's speak now to Bloomberg's Peter Elstrom, who has details here. So Peter, strip this story down for us if you could. Bloomberg worked with a specialist research firm on this to take apart this new phone, this new smartphone from Huawei. What did the investigators find?
That's right. So Huawei quietly dropped this phone last week into the market, and it caused quite a stir.
I want to pause real quick. It's very interesting. Again, there's more to this story that I think meets the eye, and I want to keep following up on it because Huawei did not, you might think they would celebrate this. This is a huge breakthrough. This is like something nobody thought was possible, that China could make their own 7 nanometers. But Huawei did no PR at all. And in fact, on the box and all the press release, did not even mention what kind of chip was in it. It's only been said afterwards by the Chinese government and by people that are doing a tech breakdown. So there's something suspicious going on. We don't know exactly where the source of these chips are. We don't know if some of them are stockpiled from before tech sanctions in 2021. We don't know if they are using processes from the company ARM. And sort of something changed on them, slightly tweaked or whatever. We don't know anything like that. But right now, again, I'm going to be fair here, and it looks like China has been able to create homegrown their own 7 nanometer chips.
So Huawei quietly dropped this phone last week into the market, and it caused quite a stir. It's an advanced phone. It's called the Mate 60. But there were a lot of questions about exactly what kind of technology was inside the phone. Huawei had to back out of the smartphone market because it didn't have access to the most advanced chips, the kind that would power.
You'll also notice a near 20% gain in SMIC, that's China's chip manufacturing company, stock. Again, this comes at a time when most stocks in China are taking a beating on the Hang Seng. So this is, this for them is a huge breakthrough. It's a big PR win for China, and it remains to be seen if there's any more story behind it. But right now, it looks like they've gotten the ability to get around the sanctions.
Or say the iPhone, for example. So it wasn't clear exactly where it got these chips or how it got these chips. Unlike most technology companies that love to talk about specs, Huawei didn't say anything about the specs here, especially the key ones. So what we did is we bought one of the phones, and then we worked with this firm, Tech Insights, which does breakdowns, teardowns of products professionally. And they looked at the components inside the phone. And what they found was very, very interesting. They found that there is an advanced semiconductor inside the phone that's made by SMIC. That's a Chinese chip-making company that's not known to have these kinds of capabilities. They were able to make the phone at what's called 7-nanometer technology, which is quite advanced. And in that case, they were able to produce a processor that was much more advanced than people had anticipated SMIC was actually capable of doing. So it's a sign of China's progress in getting around some of these U.S. restrictions on the kind of technology it has access to, particularly for a company like Huawei, which is blacklisted.
Now, that being said, if this is all true and they did create it, it's a big moment for China. And, you know, it's sort of a middle finger to some of Biden's sanctions. That being said, I've looked into it on a different level, which is that basically Intel has been stuck at 7 nanometer for a very long time. 7 nanometer is seen as sort of the break point where it's very, very hard to go past that without some kind of like, again, ultraviolet, super I don't know, some kind of incredible system that you need to get down to the 4 and 3 nanometer level that right now only Samsung and TSMC have been able to do in the entire world. So it remains to be seen. Even if this is a big breakthrough for China, and congratulations for them for building their own homegrown industry, in all likelihood, it'll be very difficult for them to go at the next level, which is requiring them to leapfrog either Taiwan or South Korea, which is why Taiwan remains the most important country geopolitically kind of in the world right now. Because they make all of the world's chips for cars, phones, gaming consoles, computers, everything at the best level. So again, until China, I'm personally of the opinion that like if China can make their own chips, it actually reduces the likelihood of war over Taiwan, which is a good thing. But it remains to be seen. Right now, Taiwan again remains light years ahead of everyone else. So I wanted to give that update because this is a big fucking deal. And again, China took the moment to make a bunch of political cartoons about it and really rub it in and make it some sort of big thing all over social media. Chinese diplomats were posting all about it. Again, it remains to see what happens. Though I will say this, I found was interesting. There was a controversy. I was looking into Chinese phone stuff to find out more about it. And just earlier this year, about like a month ago, do you remember this guy? This is Wang Yibo. He's a big Chinese actor, superstar, who starred in Born to Fly. He was the lead actor. He's my goat, dude. I think this guy's a Giga Chad. He was paid to promote this phone. The Redmi K30 did a big advertising campaign for it. And then recently, while visiting LA, made a bit of an oopsie and showed that he is actually an iPhone user. Caused a really big social media pushback, immediately deleted it, and caused some problem. This mirrors what happened a while back, when a much bigger controversy happened in the early days of the China-U.S. standoff, where... Sorry, I'm getting the picture for you. Here it is. Where a much more important person was caught using an iPhone, Xi Jinping's wife. She now, of course, is Huawei only, but that was, look at his face, dude. He's not happy. Anyway, we'll follow up on this story because it is very interesting. I will be looking at every tech reviewer breakdown of this phone to find out what's going on. And either way, I think it's interesting. I think it's an important story to follow. And we'll learn more next week on What's Up Beijing. And that's it for this week's Marketing Monday. Thank you for watching. See you next Monday. Fun stuff. Appreciate your time. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the support. We are now going to be doing an actual Marketing Monday, though. I'm going to take a short, tiny break. But then we're going to be reviewing bad TikTok investors, which was super fun last time. So I'm hoping to enjoy. Where's the battle report? Battle report is off for this week. As we did one on Thursday, and he takes some time. We got to figure out the right thing. But I appreciate your love of the battle report. Super Bowl ad Marketing Monday. And that's not today, but I am working on it. Am I fired? No. You've done such a good job as for what I've paid you the last 2 times. How could I fire you? Those videos were truly worth hundreds of dollars. Oh, SBF? All right, fuck it. This is not part of the wins and fails because I couldn't verify anything of it. But I'll give you guys an update on SBF, who is currently in jail, as you guys know. What was interesting was today there was a 3-hour Twitter Spaces hosted by Martin Shkreli. Oh, God, that's hell, dude. That's how you know you're in hell, when you're listening to the Martin Shkreli Twitter Spaces, where he's the pharma bro who jacked up the price of insulin and went to jail. Anyway, he was talking about what it's like for a tech bro in jail, and he was talking to apparently a prison informant who knows what is going on with SPF on the inside. And I'll give you the summary update, which is basically that Sam Bankman-Fried arrived at MDC, correctional facility, and his bunkmate wouldn't let him into the cell because he thought he was a child molester. So he had to move to the 4th floor with the Asians. He is hooked up with a gang from downtown Manhattan. There are either, I mean, I can't verify any of this, all right? But it is from Martin Shkreli, who is saying it with authority on a Twitter space and has been in jail. He is sitting on the floor doing Sudokus. The people don't know who he is. The prison guards are into crypto. This could be good or bad for Sam. I assume bad, since he lost a bunch of crypto investors a ton of money. They advised him to listen to hip hop, shave his head, learn Spanish, get in shape, learn how to play spades. But he brushed off the suggestions as unnecessary. SPF comes out tatted up, bro. Most of this not super interesting. Inmates are trying to get a picture of SBF to sell. I 100% believe that. I think any inmate that gets a picture of SBF behind bars can sell out for a lot of money. That would be extremely high value photo that everyone's going to want to see, especially on Marketing Monday. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's almost it. Yeah, I don't think any of that was so much more interesting. Oh, they did say that the sex offenders in prison play Yu-Gi-Oh, D&D, roleplay, and read manga and comics. Sam will likely want to associate with them due to hobbies, but he should never do that for obvious reasons. Checks out. Anyway, none of this can be verified yet. I'm sorry. Martin Shkreli is not the most trustworthy person in the world. So I just want to tell you because I thought it was interesting and a funny Spaces that was on. But do you think this is a marketing L? What is this? No, I mean, it's dumb. That's not a marketing L. Thank you for the 5. Oh, Isto, thank you for the 22 months. Here's to me sending you a whopping 110 Canadian dollars. Thinking on that. 110 Canadian dollars is not any US dollar. I can't spend it. Thank you, I guess, for the generous. It doesn't mean anything, you know. It's funny money. It's like I sent you a fucking Monopoly $100 bill. Cutie Clafoodie, thank you for the $5. Any thoughts on the Spectrum Disney conflict? Yes, 100%. I have a lot of thoughts on it. I want to expand. I didn't actually finish that for today's Marketing Monday. I wanted to do one of my big openers where I do a deep dive on it. So hold up, probably for next one. There is a lot to say on it. Dislings, thank you for $20. Astrofish, all right. So let's pull up this. Everyone, please. Oh, it's playing ads. It's gonna play ads right now. I'm telling you right now, it's playing ads. We're gonna play the ad song. And then we will jump into actual Marketing Monday. Ad song. Thank you for subbing. I do appreciate it. I know this I know this song makes it seem cheapened, but I do sincerely appreciate the support that allows me to work on these full time, actually, which I had never been able to do. Oh my God, my lights are coming out. All right, that's the devil inside me. I'm lying. The whole thing's a lie. We'll play this. Let me see if I can fix this.
It's feeding time for Daddy Bezos. Sacrifice the poor and unsubscribe. While they watch their advertisements, we'll kill some time and pretend to care that they can't see this.
I'm getting
God,
water,
they're
and
suckers,
then we will
they all
do,
forgot to sub
reviews
again.
of bad TikTok investors. Let me check my title.
Streamers need your money, so cough it up, cause they're our friends. Rent's not even that expensive. Student debt's not a financial drain. There's no excuse for not subscribing, which is a crime much worse than murdering. Still on an ad break. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, cause they're our friends. Everybody can get $5, just don't waste your cash on food. You don't need to feed your family, this content will get them through.
One more minute.
Sell a family heirloom like your grandmother's engagement ring. Family memories are worthless.
So true.
And gifting subs will make you feel like a king for like 5 minutes. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers need your money, so cough it up, cause they're our friends. Here's another way to make a killing. Invest in Herbalife with me. I'll even let you join my downline. Long live multi-level marketing. Still on an ad break. Stop the presses, these fools forgot to sub again. Streamers
Herbalife is great.
Need your money, so cough it up, cause they're our friends. Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. For less than 16 cents every morning, you can help a rich guy buy a new plane. God, I love ad breaks.
Thank you, Drop Spindle, for that wonderful song that compares this stream to Herbalife, notorious fraud company. Appreciate you guys sticking through that. Now, we are going into the actual full Marketing Monday, where we analyze the worst investors on TikTok, starting with
wrong angle. Reason why people
this Gen Z hero. Listen, a lot of my financial advice to you guys, it's too outdated. It's too outdated. It's too old school. It doesn't keep up with modern times. And so we need to analyze what's going on the future of finances on TikTok. These are where the new Warren Buffetts are born. This is where the new brightest minds are giving their sage wisdom to make us all a lot of money. Starting with this kid. Let's see. Let's see what he's got for us. How to become a millionaire.
The main reason why people aren't millionaires, in my opinion, is because they're looking at money from the wrong angle. They're saying, how can I make $1 million a year? When they should be saying, how can I make $2,739 a day? If you think like that, every day you hit that goal, you'll hit the yearly goal. Follow if you agree. The main reason why people aren't millionaires, in my opinion, is because they're looking at money from the wrong angle. They're saying, how can I make...
So wise. Why are you thinking how to make $2,700 a day? So wise. He took a calculator and divided by 365 and said the same thing. Why didn't you follow? Oh, I'm followed. I'm following and I'm learning. That's wisdom you can't get from an old fucking boomer, dude. Tell me the biggest lie an adult has told you. Let's see. What have we learned about money from tax-free Mike?
Tell me the biggest lie an adult has ever told you, and when you figured out it was a lie.
That debt is bad. I plan on being heavily in debt in my entire retirement. Let me show you why. I'm max funding a life insurance policy all the way until I'm 65 years old. Now here comes the best part. I'm going to borrow against all of my money and spend it as extra tax-free income during retirement. The insurance company is projecting that I'll be able to have a 6-figure tax-free income for pretty much the rest of my life. As you can see, I'll be millions of dollars in debt by the time I'm in my 90s. But this is a loan that I never have to repay because it's collateralized by the death benefit on my own policy. So when I pass away, this death benefit pays out and cancels out all the loans against my policy, allowing me to enjoy all this tax-free and still leave tax-free money behind to my family. You see, debt is tax-free, and if you know how to use it, it can be a very powerful financial tool.
This is fraud. Dude, so much of TikTok financial advice is repackaging fraud, openly advocating for it, and not talking about the massive downside if you're caught or exposed or found out, or if it just doesn't work the way he says, or you're not given the policies that you're claiming are easy to get. Amazing lapel, though. Oh, Xi Jinping, for some reason. Brilliant plan, though. I gotta say, brilliant plan. So I just need to get away with it. Yes. I guess if it's if that helps you, if you have some way to commit financial fraud and get away with it, that does work. That's always worked. That's not just a new TikTok thing. That's forever. If you can commit financial fraud and you know you'll get away with it, then yes, that is a way to make money. That's the power of fraud. Most fraud tries to gain something. But if you can't get away with it, there's still the same downsides as there was before TikTok. Speaking of insurance fraud, how about this guy? Easy money! Easy fucking money! And he's double dipping. Not only is he committing insurance fraud all the way up the chain, but he's openly admitting to it on TikTok to make extra cash from the views. That's double dipping. Make your fraud work for you. Are you guys learning? That's passive income. What's the statute of limitations on fraud? They'll never investigate it again. This one's so good. This one's good. Listen. Sometimes this advice is not about telling you the exact path to making money. It's teaching you how to learn. You know what I'm saying? Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And this guy on TikTok is teaching you how to fish. Let's watch this.
I once walked into Nationwide and I booked an appointment with a mortgage broker. I've gone in there with a mortgage advisor who works for the bank. And I said, yeah, mate. I said, I need a mortgage. He said, well, what's your job? I said, don't have one. He just looked at me like, mate, are you for real? Are you really here to waste my time? But I had a pen and a pad, and I always carry a pen and a pad. But I was taking notes. I was like, look, all right, so you're saying I need a job. Fine, no problem. I'll go and get one. Write that down. I said, what else? How can you help me get a mortgage? Since we're here, we might as well talk now because I've got an appointment with you. He said, I can only lend 5 times your salary. I said, no problem. Write a note, 5 times the salary. What else do I need? You know, so I've gone over, you need a solicitor, blah, blah, blah. I've gone over all of the steps. So now I've walked into that bank not knowing how to get not knowing how to get a mortgage, but I've been able to come out of the bank with my notes, knowing everything I need to get a mortgage. And these are things they don't teach you in school. So it was like I had to go out into the world and get rejection to then find out how I can be accepted.
Every one of the things he listed is incredibly surface level and available on Google. Every one of those things could be found in 30 seconds on Google. He had to waste some guy's time at the bank for an hour while not having a job to get information that is like the first result. He took out a pen and a pad and wrote down how to get a mortgage. Step 1, get a job. Fucking think. Yes, dude. Yes. They might not have, hey, full disclosure, they may not have Google in the UK, nor even the internet. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully they can confirm for me. Now, this guy does have an actual bit of advice, though I do think it does fall into the fraud camp and is not good for society. Though, so far, of all of the TikTok investors I've seen, this one would actually work for all of you. This one would actually work.
Your biggest expense in New York City is going to be food. And I got a way you could eat for free the best food, and you're going to love it. What you do, you stand in front of a nice building. People that work at nice buildings eat food. They order it, delivery guys. And you act like you're on your phone. You know, hey, you say a bunch of big numbers. You know, I want the compound interest dividends. And when you see these delivery guys pull up, you give them that sign. And interest on it. And
So, would be so fucking annoying if you're someone who ordered your food. But, theoretically, that would work. Like, unironically, that if you did that, you would probably get a pretty tasty meal for free. It is just theft, but he's got a system. And if you do it in front of like Goldman Sachs or something, you're even kind of seen as morally a hero. Because nobody really likes Goldman Sachs. And fuck it, you get like a tasty meal. So theoretically, this is probably the actual only piece of good advice I've seen so far on TikTok. If you're in New York and you really need a meal, fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Go Robin Hood some sushi out of a fucking Wall Street banker's account. What about this one? This one I have not seen. This one's called Withdrawing Cash from the Bank. I'm sure it's good. I have not seen this one.
When you withdraw cash in Australia, the banks want to know why, so let's go tell them the truth.
How much?
Around 6,000.
What
is it for? My missus thinks I cheated on her last week. She's doing my head in, so I need to give her some cash and a necklace. She doesn't like flowers, she just likes designer handbags and shit.
Time there?
No worries. I don't know why it's important for the bank to know. It's money.
I have to ask.
I've got to go to a beauty salon to bleach my arsehole.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a bleaching package, and yeah, they said you can make it up to 3 shades lighter. Drugs, the devil's lettuce, you would know.
That's what you want me to put John Bernard?
I don't deal it personally. I just connect people together.
Whatever you do, it's your business.
What's the money for?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
We need to ask customer why.
I need it for steroids. Summer's coming up, Stereosonic festivals. I need a shred for summer. I mean, if you must know, I'm transitioning to be a woman, so I have to pay for the surgery. It's an expensive surgery. It's not covered on the Medicare. When you withdraw cash in Australia,
that's not even advice. I think that's just a meme. That one's not a good one. This is interesting. When you pick a quarter off the ground, you're making $450 an hour for 2 seconds. This is true. 25 cents every 2 seconds, times 30, times 60, that's $450 an hour. That's true. You're making you are making real money, technically, $450 an hour for 2 seconds. But this brings up a more interesting question. Okay? See, you guys know a man by the name of Jeff Bezos. So I thought I'd look into this because this is technically true, and I wanted to know if it would be worth it for Jeff Bezos to pick up a quarter. So let's do a little bit of the math here. Jeff Bezos, over the past 10 years, has made $130 billion. Is it this? Yeah. Okay. $130 billion over 10 years. So divided by 10, divided by 365, divided by 24, this much an hour, divided by 60. I'm sorry. No, this is how much it makes an hour, right? Already? So, wait, divided by 60. This is how much he makes a minute? This is how much he makes a minute, but times 60. So we'll go back. So he makes what 1.484, basically $1.5 million an hour. So how much would it have to be on the ground for it to be worth it for him to pick it up? Again, this is how much he's made per hour, every hour of the past 10 years. So if a quarter, so 25 cents times 30 times 60. So if a quarter is $4.50 an hour, right? So let's say it's times 4. This is if it's $1. So picking up $1 every 2 seconds for an entire hour is $1,800 an hour. So $1 is not worth it. What if it's $5? No, not even close. What if it's $10? Not even close. What if it's $100? No. So it is not worth it for Bezos to bend down and pick up $100 bills. Even if he picked up one every 2 seconds for 10 years straight without breaks. If Jeff Bezos bent down and picked up $100 every 2 seconds for 10 years straight, no breaks, he would not be making the amount of money that he makes normally. Imagine he did it every 1 second. So let's double the ratio. No, still not there. So I guess the amount that he would need, let's see. What would this need to be? What would this need to be to get, I mean, it's not $1,000. It's like $500. Let's see, times 5. No. Times 7. No. Times 9. It's like 8 times 8. Yeah, so, okay. If we invented an $800 bill, it would be worth it for Jeff Bezos to pick it up. Roughly. If he sees a $700 bill on the ground, it is not worth his time. It's a slight loss. So that's good to know. Interesting update. He can pay someone to pick up the bill for him? True. Facts. What do I do with this info? I guess you can feel free to drop your wallet on the ground near Jeff Bezos, and you're certain he won't pick it up. That's the important info. You can feel safe in his presence, dude. Imagine he does. Imagine you do drop your wallet with like $8 in it, and Jeff Bezos takes the time to bend down, pick it up, and steal it. Yoink. Yeah, the grind never stops, baby. This next piece of advice is 10 out of 10 from TikTok. Let's find out.
Don't pay off your house.
I can't.
You use the equity in your own home to buy 2 smaller houses. Use the equity in those houses to buy 4 single-family homes. You use the equity in those single-family homes to buy 8 teeny tiny houses, barely even a trailer. That's 15 houses. Congratulations. You've just unlocked the 14 homes inside of your one big house.
My mind is blown. So how do you keep up with all the tenants and houses?
No, you don't. You just hire a property management company. You don't have to know a single thing about realty.
How powerful is that?
You don't have to do any work, you don't have to know anything, and you don't even have to own them. Sure, you got 15 mortgages, but you're not under a mountain of debt. You're under a mountain of tools.
So let's keep the party going. Let's get smaller.
Well, that's as small as you can go, really.
Dream with me, Tom. You take those houses and you work them down to a house that's about this big. A shed, really.
Who would ever live in that?
A Peruvian guy. From the mountains.
Why does he have to be from the mountains?
High altitude.
Why is it Peruvian?
They're smaller up there.
So could you not just pull anyone from a mountainous region?
No, they've got to be Peruvian, so they have a reliable source of income.
What? You're talking crazy to me.
They're making all that money off of Machu Picchu. That thing's like a slot machine that's coming up cherries every time.
You want to put Peruvian guys in sheds?
No, Tom. I want to put Peruvian guys in sheds.
That one's actually a funny parody. Not actual advice though. Though there could be something to learn from that. Let's see. Okay, this one isn't TikTok, it's Reddit, but it's just as valuable. A guy on Reddit Wall Street Bets bought 40, speaking of Levi's jeans, we watched the Levi's jeans ad earlier. A guy on Wall Street Bets spent $46,000 of his own money to buy call options, basically bets the stock will go up, on Levi's because he thought people got fat during COVID lockdowns and he assumed they would all have to buy bigger pants. Turns out that didn't really happen and he lost over 50 grand. And his response was, well, maybe I need to rethink my strategy going forward. Moving forward, I would think about adjustments to my strategy. Interesting. Let's see. Here's how you should and shouldn't buy a car, according to TikTok.
Let me show you how not to buy a car. You don't want to pay cash for a car.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to rent your car and lease it.
Okay.
And taking out a loan from somebody else's bank, you don't want to do that either.
Pause. My lights are freaking out again. Wait, what? Wait, what? What the hell? I'm being haunted, dude. Dude, what the fuck's going on? Wait, what the fuck is happening legitimately? Is it? Okay, my lights are flickering and my dogs are barking for no reason. Is the fucking devil a TikTok investor? Am I making fun of the wrong spirit? I'm getting fucking... is Evan Gowan here, dude? Take it easy. Okay, wait. I forgot where this guy was at. Start over.
Let me show you how not to buy a car.
How not to buy a car.
You don't want to pay cash.
Don't pay
for a
cash.
car.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to rent your car and lease it.
Okay.
And taking out a loan from somebody else's bank, you don't want to do that either.
Okay. What do you do?
And for crying out loud, don't steal the car. So the answer is you're going to be your own bank. You're going to treat your money the same as you treat the bank's money.
Okay.
All you have to do is change one thing, and that one thing is where your money goes first. Don't put it in someone else's bank, put it in your bank. And once we put it in your bank, what we're going to do is we're going to take loans from your bank and we're going to buy the car. And instead of just saying, okay, I own the car now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the same amount you would have paid to the bank every month and we're going to do something different. We're going to take that $963 that you would have paid to somebody else's bank and we're going to
What is Blood waffling about? What is he cooking? So aren't you just paying cash for the car? So you put the money in your own bank account, then take it out and buy the car? Isn't that what the first thing? Don't pay cash for it?
Not. You pay cash for a car.
Let me
that
see.
one thing is where your money goes first.
Let him finish.
Don't put it in someone else's bank. Put it in your bank.
Okay.
Once we put it in your bank, what we're going to do is we're going to take loans from your bank and we're going to buy the car.
Okay.
And instead of just saying, okay, I own the car now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the same amount you would have paid to the bank every month and we're going to do something different. We're going to take that $963 that you would have paid to somebody else's bank and we're going to pay that money back into your private bank. The best part is, in doing this, you earn uninterrupted compound interest on every penny, plus you get back every dollar that you paid for the car. This is how you get back all the money for every car you buy, drive, and own, just like...
Wait. Am I understanding correctly that you said don't pay for the car in cash, but what you do is take the $46,000, pay for it in cash, and then over the time period that you would normally pay back a car, you pay yourself the monthly payment until you're back to $46,000? So it just double the... You're just paying interest to yourself until you get... But you still paid the full amount of the car, and now you're locking up your money that you're making month to month on... You're paying up front for the car, but also paying a car payment to an account you're not using? This is just a roundabout weird way of saying pay cash up front for the car and then save some of your money, which is, I guess, good. I guess he's packaging what I think is like a good financial advice in the worst, most tech bro TikTok-y way, which I guess is fine.
Like my book shows you. You want to learn more? Click in the bio of the video and watch it. It'll show you how this works. Click it shows you.
This is the mapping out the millionaire mystery. This is how Jeff Bezos buys cars, bro. He takes out a loan from his own personal bank. You got to buy this. You got to buy this book. Take some of your savings for your car and put it into this.
You want to learn more? Click in the bio of the video and watch it. It'll show you how this works.
That's insane. I can't believe the guy took fucking 4 whiteboard slides and a book to explain the fact that you should just buy a car and then save some of your money. I don't understand how you're getting compound interest either. Here's a better way to make money. This one's a much better way to make money than that.
Have you ever worked a 9 to 5, or will you?
Yeah.
Do you work a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
And
I sue every job I get. Yeah. What I do, I go on the job. I've sued Singular before, AT&T. I got $40,000 out of them in 2006, July 6, 2006, for race discrimination and sexual harassment. Quid quo pro sexual harassment. Just niggas cracking jokes on the job. Right? So what I did, I went and learned employment rights. My last 2 jobs, I got $10,000 out of that one through OSHA and got another $10,000 through OSHA. So what I do, I go find a job because I know they got niggas go be violating safety violations. So I'm going to go complain about safety violations. I know some bitch-ass supervisor go get mad about me complaining and start retaliating against me. Then I'm going to make a call to OSHA and say, hey, they unsafe over here. And then I'm going to let them know, yeah, I'm the one called OSHA. And they go fuck with me. And then I'm going to make them pay me $10,000 for retaliation. I get them every time. I get them every goddamn time. I get the warehouse job. Man, I work for a gun distribution company. I got they motherfucking ass. Yeah, I'm a bad motherfucker with suing jobs.
So you go in there knowing you about to get a job.
Man, if motherfucker know I'm going to go get a job, they already know I'm the slip and fall nigga. I'm talking about I got a 100% success rate in suing every job I done work for, either through the EEOC or through OSHA. And I be trying to tell other niggas, say, I'm gonna get in on it. They be scared. And then
this unironically kind of based because most employees are too scared. They're too scared to exercise their own rights. Like if he is joining companies that legitimately are violating safety regulations, then just pointing it out and then getting illegally retaliated against and then pointing that out and making money, you know, all of his scheme would disappear if companies just followed the rules. He's like an auditor. Yeah, he's like an unpaid auditor, but he is getting paid. he's like doing what the government should be doing. That's actually unironically a little bit based. That's actually so funny. He's a vigilante auditor.
And when I get them and they get fired, they call me back. Say, man, you think, no, nigga, I tried to tell you.
That's super funny. He's a freelance unpaid auditor. He's a self-employed. That's really funny. No, I mean, I don't know. I assume they just stop hiring him once they see his record. Maybe they don't check. That's really funny. Professional hater. Incorporator. Oh, here's a... oh my God. Is this what I think it is? Is this a tick? I'm just going to preface this by saying I think this video is a TikTok hustle bro saying that slaves work 24 hours a day, so you should too. I believe that's what I'm saying. But let's see. Let's see if this guy is as insane as that sounds.
Slaves worked all the hours they were awake for their entire lives. In American history, in Egyptian history, in the rest of the world that had slaves, which is most of the world at some given point. I think, like, if they can do it, so can I. Slaves worked...
That is an insane statement. That is an insane fucking thing for a fucking TikTok bro to say. That's fucking crazy. How... What lack of self-awareness do you have to have? Also, it's like you're going to work on your fucking drop shipping company and making TikTok content as hard as someone whose life is being threatened and they are captured.
All the hours.
That's insane. That's insane. TikTok. You buy a wood chipper for $20,000 using your Home Depot business credit card. You rent it out daily at $495. This one shredder will generate $180,000 a year. Once you establish business credit, there are endless ways to generate income. All you need is a 540 credit score with an LLC and EIN number to access $250K of business credit. There is no way this fails. I am sure the second you spend $20,000 out of pocket to buy a wood chipper, you're going to find enough clients to rent out this thing for $495 a day. And I'm sure, let me just do a quick check. It looks like you can... If I Google wood chipper rental, the first thing I get is you can already rent it from Home Depot. So I wonder, do you think maybe perhaps people might just rent it from Home Depot for less and not go from you, the person that spent $20,000 and doesn't have any reliability guarantee and has no way of getting it to them on time and also is not to repair it? Interesting. Good idea. Fucking good idea. Hey, this guy's onto something. Let's see what bro's onto here.
Let me tell you why you're fucking broke. If you play fantasy football, quit. If you walk a dog, especially your girlfriend's dog, through the fucking neighborhood so you can pick his shit up, then you should find something else to do, and you might need to find a new fucking girlfriend. You mean to tell me you're gonna follow a 5-pound fucking dog around and pick his shit up? It's 9:30, motherfucker. You should have been at work 3 hours ago. It's fucking ridiculous. Don't do it, and you'll be way better off. Let me tell you why you're fucking...
That's the advice. That's why people are broke. The fucking 20% of America in the bottom quintile of income is because they're all walking around picking up their girlfriend's dog's poop. That's why.
broke. If you play fantasy football
or fantasy football, it's those two things. Fuck, that makes so much sense. Everyone who's broke is doing one of two things. It's either playing fantasy football or it's picking up dog shit from their girlfriend's dog. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Nothing in the world could get me to admit this on social. I haven't. Oh wait, this is not. Nah. Anyway, that's not. What is this one? Once you reach your first 100K, you're actually 1/3 of the way to 1 million. From @InvestWithQueenie. For real. That's just true. That's just math. That's just math. That's just based. That is just true. That's just finally something real. A day in the life of a TikTok investor. Okay, let's see the lifestyle of people that are following these rules. Because I feel like not all you guys are following what we're learning in this. Even though I'm helping you guys find gold, not all of you are following this lifestyle. And let's see what happens if you actually do.
6 minutes in. Let's go.
How much you made, Noah?
$9,300.
$400.
$800 for the day.
770. A little 770. It's
25%.
25%. Who else made something good? Little 1,200. Little 1,200. Okay.
What the fucking do, you heard?
Let's go! Rack, baby. Another rack. Another fucking rack.
6 minutes in.
If you guys don't know, this is how Warren Buffett makes his money. Warren Buffett lives in a house like this with other powerful traders. And they kind of go around like this talking about the fucking Jeff Bezos and talking about the racks they're making. I mean, this is the real deal. This is how you sharpen your skills. Buffett, Munger, and frat boys. This is making me depressed. Why are they so dumb? I assume loneliness. I assume if you're going to live in a house like this and gamble your money on unproven trading methods, you probably just want friends. Male loneliness is an epidemic right now, and it causes real problems. It actually is kind of sad, but it is funny in this case that they're trying to sell it on TikTok as like a lifestyle when this actually looks like hell. This looks like not good.
1,200. Little 1,200.
Okay. Let's wrap this up pretty soon, I think, with some thoughts on time from renowned TikTok investor Evan Carmichael. Okay, thoughts on the compounding power of time.
My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack that up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise.
Let me see if I truly understand this. Okay?
My day is 6 a.m. to noon.
Okay, 6 a.m. to noon, 6 hours. That's your day.
And I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated.
It sounds to me like you're just calling different parts of the day a full day. I don't. I guess if you work 18 hours a day and call it 3 days. He said people were living in. Wait.
Time, I now get 21 days a week. 300 years ago. It's like,
I didn't even notice that. Wait, good point.
some dude in a cave did
300 years ago? 300? In the 1700s, we were in caves? This guy just cut out medieval. Oh, the entire history of humanity in the last 300 years.
100 years ago. My second day.
You know what? It's his time. It's his time. You have to multiply it by 6. Holy fuck. He's time maxing. He's fucking, I'm not understanding. He's time maxing.
Starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack that up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been.
I guarantee that if you follow this system for 5 years, your entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. On that, I am 100% certain you are correct, sir. And for that, I give you an applause. On that front, I will say you have told no lies. All right, is there any more? Oh, this is kind of sad, but just on the fact that we just heard about Sam Bankman-Fried apparently having some real trouble in prison right now. I want to remind you of this TikTok that he made back when things were a little bit better for him. No mention of the fraud. He is hitting that shit. Is there anything else? Oh, brother. This is the way of thinking about money that's a little different. You guys need to change your money mindset.
Would you rather have an 850 credit score, make 4K a week for the rest of your life, or $2 million cash right now?
What? That's a no-brainer, bro. Get the 850 credit score. Money is limitless when you know how to play this credit game, yo. Stop playing around, y'all. Get your credit up. That's one of the biggest things I would tell my younger self. Get your credit up. 850 credit score on a light day. Let's get it.
On a light day? What you gonna do with an 850 though?
Bro, I'm gonna run it up from the bag. I'm gonna hit the Navy Fed. I'm gonna hit the Truist Bank. I'm gonna hit the Alley Carver. I'm gonna hit the Alliant. All these different banks. But you got an 850 credit score. There's no limit to the amount of money you could get, bro. Information changes that situation. Let's get it.
Hey man, let's run the play. Would you rather?
Let's run the play. Let's get it, dude. There's no limit to the amount of debt you can take on that you do have to pay back. You could almost get $2 million, dude. With the 850 credit score, you could probably take out $2 million from a bank that you have to then pay back. Or 4K a week if you're not sure you can budget it, dude. That's so funny. 4K a week is $200K a year. Debatable. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. Take the $2 million. but if you're not confident that you would handle a lump sum well, I think the 4K a week is a good option. I think the worst option is to get a 850. If you have $2 million cash, you can also just pay all your debts, establish a good credit history, and get an 850 credit score. Like, if you have $2 million cash, you will have an 850 credit score in no time. Why would you give it up for a score so you can take on massive debts that will ruin your life? Let's get it, though. I didn't understand. He's got a fucking hustle mindset, dude.
Information changes that situation. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Information changes that situation. Fucking true. Fucking true. We guys don't understand the power of information. Is there any more of these that I think are worthwhile? Let's see. What about this guy? Speaking of debt, the freedom of good debt. This looks good.
The only property that you really have to save cash for is the first property.
That's right. Yeah.
Any property after that then just becomes about recycling equity,
Dude,
of which that property.
How many different TikTok bros are going to tell me the same thing? Which is that you can use your first house to go into deeper debt to stack up more risk. Why is this theory over and over and over with no downside?
Is generating. And this is why we're so big on not paying down debt, but trying to actually increase your debt levels, because as you increase your debt levels with assets like property that grow in value, what you're essentially increasing is your ability to be able to grow your wealth. Because if you've got debt which is attached to properties, the more debt you essentially have.
Dude, these people are why we get asset bubbles in housing in every country on earth. This is why every single country that makes it cheap to access debt ends up with massive inflated housing bubbles that cause societal panic and collapse later on. Because people are incapable. They're incapable of just infinitely buying this stuff until it fucking massively crashes and they go bankrupt.
Really means the more property that you own, or the larger the value of the property that you own. And as we know, properties grow in value over the long time. So if you've got $1 million in property growing at 10%, you're making $100,000 a year. If you've got $5 million in property growing at 10%,
And that's
you're making $500,000 a year.
guaranteed. Housing always goes. The lesson of this is that housing always goes up. Meme stocks always go up. Any debt you take on to buy these things is good debt that has no risk. Zero risk. It always goes up. You're always safe. This will work 10 times well in Canada. This guy's doing okay in America. You move him to Canada, that guy's making real money. Because that's where, to the moon, baby. And it will never go down.
Yeah. And I've spoken about this before, about, you know, even in my own property journey. Yes, your first, second, sort of
New Zealand, the UK. Those are the real places.
Properties in the market, and they could be split across 3 different states, and they could be a combination of houses and units. But let's just talk about property in general. When you have 3 properties in the market growing, and they might not all grow at the same time, but that's a hell of a lot of equity or capital growth that you are creating, as opposed to just having one. And like we said, from the equity you release out of, let's just say 2 properties or 3 properties, it means you can quickly leverage into property number 4, 5, and 6, and it creates a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It's the compound effect.
Yeah.
It is a compound effect, yeah.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they solved it. They cracked the case. There is no risk to that. Who keeps giving these dudes podcasts? I have no fucking idea. I don't know who consumes these financial advice on TikTok. I do know though, there was a story that people that are making TikToks create fake podcasts because clips of a podcast with a mic do better. Like, there's no actual podcast, but they sit there and they like talk back and forth like it's a podcast, because those clips are more likely to go viral because they seem like they have authority, versus some guy just looking in the camera and saying, here's what you do, which is fucking psychotic. Yeah, podcast clips do way better. It makes it seem like these people know what they're talking about, and I can guarantee they do. Sometimes it's one guy on his own having a combo with no one. Just some dude on a green screen background looking like he's being interviewed. Oh, that's fucking incredible. That's fucking incredible. What about this? What is this?
This is my bed where I sleep every night, and this is the Myrtle Broadway station.
That's tough.
I was hoping it worked well. During the day, I just try to wake up. At night, just wait for it to try to fall asleep before the next one comes.
This is my... That's not even... Wait, why was this on there? I just feel bad for this guy. I just feel bad for this guy. I didn't have it this bad, obviously, but when I first moved to SF, and I had a pretty low-paying job at Twitch, I had to live in a mold-filled apartment right next to a 24-hour bus line, and I mean right next to it. So every night at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m., the bus would pull up, doors open, let out, and they would fucking always shake the house a little bit and wake me up. It was so annoying. So I had to wear fucking thick-ass industrial earplugs for like 3-4 years. So annoying, dude. It wasn't as bad as
where I
thought,
sleep every...
Isn't the mold a health risk? Yeah, it turned out fine, so probably not. Mold's probably good for you. Makes you more of a grustler. All right, I want to end on one more, all right? I'll end on one more, and this is how to go from church missionary to $6.5 million net worth on the Legacy Investing Show on TikTok. Let's see. And he could do it again in 12 to 16 months if you just join his free Airbnb workshop. Let's do a quick check-in here. Airbnb hosting isn't what it used to be. Online, known as the Airbnb bust. Wait. I need to get to the... Yeah, wait. We had absolutely 0 bookings in August. This summer is extremely slow. They put their home online hoping to... Yeah. Lately, hosts have hit a wall. Short-term rentals in Orlando have dropped 64%. Revenue has plummeted 17%, 8.7%. Creeping angst about the phenomenon started spreading last fall on the internet. One post on social media went viral. What's going on with Airbnb? No bookings at all. Is Airbnb in a death spiral? I'm sure it'll work, though. I'm sure it'll work to take all of your money and put it into debt to buy Airbnb properties and rent them out. I'm sure they will always be fully booked, and all the American consumer will keep spending on travel even long after their savings expire. Let's go! Thank you, TikTok. We have all learned how to be wealthy forever. Appreciate you guys watching, and tune in more next week for more Marketing Monday. We're all so wealthy. All right, it's 10 o'clock, which means it's time to watch some fucking House, dude. I've been talking 3 hours straight. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching Marketing Monday today. That was fucking fun. Now we're going to relax. I'm going to hit the lights, and we're going to relax a little bit of House MD. Take the pressure off me and put it on Hugh Laurie. In the last episode, Foreman just quit. Put in his 2 weeks notice after torturing a kid to get his blood to save his brother's life. In case you were wondering what happened there. Literally tortured a child. Run ads? Oh, yeah. Hey, everyone get snacks? Everyone go get snacks and a drink. We're going to run ads real quick and then and watch House to get it out of the way. Foreman should go to jail unironically. I mean, yes, legitimately. If a kid says, no, don't do that, and then they didn't ask the parents' consent, and he just starts fucking hacking into a kid to steal his blood, that's illegal. Even if it worked. All right, change the titles to House MD Nights, Poggies. Dude, I'm fucked then. This is you talking to your lawyer? Wait. Stealing kids' blood is illegal? Oh, fuck, dude. I have some bad news. I have some bad news. Was there a brain drilling? No, there was no brain drilling. Though they probably should have drilled the parents' brains to stop them from suing. Okay. Season 3, episode 22, Resignation. Foreman hands in his resignation. Ooh, we're nearing the finale. Yikes. All right, let's see. 1 minute, 30 seconds till we're ready. I'm going to grab snacks.
Last time I checked, I'm still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill cars, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I still that guy that did it on my own. Stay independent. For you to get what I'm getting, it will probably take a village. Just give me a minute, turn a snippet to a hit, and now they all want a percentage, but I'm only paying visits. Big dog, hit them with thick thumbs and a quick draw. Pit boss, if they ain't playing, they getting kicked off. Jigsaw, I got them puzzled, got them a bit lost. It's a feeding frenzy, I put a beat in a pig trough. Got it on lock, got the password. Type of thing you couldn't manufacture. 10,000 hours, got it mastered. Can't you see the patterns? Last time I checked, I'm still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill cars, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Bill cars, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked, I'm still the man my town, they had to crown me. What I used to make in a day, I make it hourly. Told Grand, send me a beat and make it bouncy. When they hear the tag, they know it's about to be big scene, catching us on the big screen. 16, bar slicker is pristine. Listerine, everything that we spit clean. Big jeans, pockets are looking mint green. Pen game bulletproof. Look at all the levels that we took it to. Sticking out like a crooked tooth. Staring at the mirror like, look at you. Damn, I'm still hot, real hot. Kept it dope without a pill pop. Built cars, steady climbing to the hilltop. Tip top, did it all off of a TikTok. Yeah, last time I checked.
Ads over.